Hello children, before starting with the geometry, we must start with the basic geometrical terms. We must know about the plane, coplanar lines, a point, line segment, a line, a ray, and the collinear points and the non-collinear points. Before starting with it, the most important points are line segment, a line, a ray. Now we must know that the line has the two fixed end points and the fixed length. It is denoted by the line on the top of the abbreviation, and in the line has a no definite length. Whereas in the ray is a line segment which can be extended endlessly in one direction. It has one end point, no definite length, and is represented by the arrow on the top of the abbreviation. Now we have the collinear points and the non-collinear points. Collinear points, we know that the points which are on the straight line, they are known as the collinear points. Here P, Q and R are there, and the non-collinear points are those which are not on the line, outside the line, like X, Y and Z are the non-collinear points. After that we have the intersecting lines and the parallel lines. We know that the two or more than two lines which cross at one point, they are called as the intersecting lines, and this point is known as the intersecting point. After that we know that the parallel lines they cannot meet at any point. They can go extendedly in the one direction, but they cannot meet each other. They are parallel to each other. That is, it is written as AB is parallel to CD. After that we have the perpendicular lines. That means perpendicular line is a line which makes the right angle on any line. Now here we see that it is making a right angle. This QP line is making a right angle on the line MN. So QP is perpendicular to MN. After that we have the classification of the lines. The lines will be given to you and we have to write the names of the respective lines. Now the next question what we have is that we have to write the alphabets which have the parallel lines. The alphabets which have the parallel lines are E, H, F, M, N, U and Z. And the intersecting lines have we have only one alphabet, that is X. Now we have some of the alphabets which have perpendicular lines, that is they are making the right angle on the lines, that is E, F, H, T, J and L. Now children, we will study about the types of the angles. First we have the acute angle. We all know that acute angle is from 0 degree and 90 degree, between the 0 and 90 degree. That means it is less than 90 degree. And right angle is the angle which measures the 90 degree angle. And after that we have the obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. And straight angle is a straight line, that is it is making a 180 degree angle. Reflex angle, here we see that it is an angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree, but it is less than 360 degree. Now here we will know about the complete angle, that is 360 degree. Now this is a complementary and the supplementary angle. Now you will see that the complementary angles are those whose sum, the two angles whose sum is 90 degree, are called the complementary angles. And in the supplementary angles, the two angles whose sum is 180 degree, then it is a supplementary angle. Now in the next question we will come to know about the angle name, vertex points and the arms of the angle. Now this we will see that here angle P, Q and R. The angle name, this Q where the angle is being made, should be in the center, and the lines where they are joining, this point is also known as the vertex point, and these two are the arms of the angle, that is PQ and QR. Then we have to find out the complement angle. One angle is given to you and we have to find another complement angle. We know that the sum of the two complementary angles is equal to 90 degree, and if angle 1 is 20 degree, then we will subtract it from 90 degree in order to find out the another complement angle. That is, after subtracting, we will get 90 minus 20, that is equal to 70 degree. In the next question, we will be doing with the supplementary angle. That is, write the supplement of the following angles. That is 120 degree. One angle is given to you, and you know that the sum of the two supplement angles is equal to 180 degree. If angle 1 is 120 degree, then we will subtract, in order to find out another supplement angle, we have to subtract it from 180 degree, and we will get the 60 degrees. After that, we have to classify the following angles according to their measurements. Now the measurements of the angles is given. That is 45 degree. If it is less than 90 degree, then it is an acute angle, and if it is 90 degree, right angle. More than 90 degree, then it is a 145 degree, since it is a obtuse angle. And if we have the 180 degree angle, then it is a straight angle. And then if it is more than 180 and less than 360, that means it is a reflex angle. And if it is 360 degree, then it is a complete angle. After that, we have the triangles. We know that on the basis of the measurement of the sides, we have the equilateral triangle, isosceles, and the scalene. In the equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal. And in the isosceles triangle, the two sides are equal. That is 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and the third one is 3 centimeter. Here in the scalene triangle, none of the sides are equal. All the sides are different from each other. Now we have the classification of the triangles according to the measure of their angles. Number 1 is acute angle triangle. In the acute angle triangle, you will see that all the three angles of the triangle are less than 90 degree. And whereas in the right angle triangle, the one angle of a triangle will be 90 degree. In the obtuse angle triangle, we will see that one angle will be more than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. After that, we have the sum of the, if we know that the sum of the angles of the triangle is equal to 180 degree. And if we have given the two angles, that is, one angle is 45 degree and another is 75 degree, and we have to find out the third angle of a triangle, then we have to subtract the sum of the two angles from the 180 degree, and after subtracting we will get 60 as a third angle, which will be your answer. In the next question, you have been asked the name of the angle, the size, vertices, and the type of the triangle, and like this. We have will be given this figure BOC. Now by looking at this figure, we know that this is a right angle. So this angle is a right angle triangle, and angle name is angle BOC. And the vertex points are B, O, and C, where these lines are being joined. And the sides are BO, OC, and CB. After that, we have a circle. In the circle, we must know about the circumference, radius, semicircle, diameter, chord, and arc. Now, we know that this point, circumference, is the boundary of a circle. It is a closed curved boundary. Now, radius. It is a line segment joining the center of the circle to any point of the circle is called the radius. Now here from the center it is joining to the boundary. Now we see that the diameter is a line segment which is double to the radius. Right? It is 2 into radius, and the semicircle is just half of the circle. And the chord, if you see, is a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle. That is, this is line segment which is joining the 2 points of the circle, that is C and D. After this, we have an arc. Here U, V, D, W, that is, it is a part of the circumference of a circle. So an arc is a part of the circumference of the circle, and it is written like this: U, V, W, and on the top of the abbreviations we will put an arc. After this, we must know about some of the basic formulas. First, we must know about the value of the pi, that is 22.7, or you can say 3.14. Then we should know about the perimeter of the circle is equal to 2 pi r. Diameter is equal to 2 into radius, that it is always double to the radius. After this, if we have to find out the radius, then we have to divide the diameter by 2. Circumference is equal to pi into d. If the circumference is given and you have to find out the diameter, then you have to divide the circumference by the pi. Now, after this, we have the one question here. Find the circumference of a circle with the radius 5 centimeter. Here we see that we have to find out the circumference and the radius is given to us. And in order to find out the circumference, we must know about the diameter. So first, the diameter is equal to 2 into radius. That is 2 into 5 centimeter, that is equal to 10 centimeter. And now the circumference is equal to pi into d, that is 22.7 into 10. And when we know that we cannot cut them, so we will multiply it and we'll get 210 upon 7, and after dividing we will get 31.42 as a answer. After that, we have one more sum, that is radius is given to us and the pi value of a pi is 3.14. Now we will put the value of the pi as 3.14 and not the 22.7. The diameter is 7 into 2, that is 14 centimeter. And the circumference is pi into d. 3 into that is pi into d is 3.14 into 14 centimeter, that is 43.96 centimeter will be your answer. In the next sum, we have been asked if the circumference is given to us here, that is 88 centimeter, and we have to find out the diameter and the radius, and the value of the pi is also given, that is 22.7. Diameter, we know that circumference divided by pi. Circumference is 88 centimeter and the value of the pi is 22.7. So we are going to divide it. When we divide it, we will, after this, we will reciprocal it and multiply it, and to cut down this, and we will get 4 into 7 here, and the 4 into 7 is equal to 28 centimeter, which is our diameter, and the radius is equal to diameter upon 2, and that is equal to 28 upon 2, and the answer will be, that means radius is equal to 14 centimeter. And that's all in the geometry portion. Thank you.